So in this video I will show you how to create the high contrast layers. Okay, so what we want to do is you can actually turn off the layers below if you want. So I'm going to leave on my hat contrast layer. So the first thing I want to do is go to Image, Adjustments, Levels. Okay, you can also hit Command L. You could also do an adjustment layer and make sure that you clip it to that particular layer and then merge it later. But that adds extra steps. So what we're going to do is just Image, Adjustments, Levels, and if you don't like it, you can always go back. So I'm working on the hat. This is my hat contrast layer. I'm not worrying about anything else except for my hat. So because it's so dark, I'm going to start with my highlights. I'm going to bring those over until I can start to see some more bright spots in my hat, so I can add some color to that hat. And then I'll bring my shadows over and play around with my midtones as well, until you get the look you want, which should be pretty much just black and white and no grays. And you're going to lose some detail, and that's okay. Okay, so let's say I like that. I'm going to hit OK. You can also, remember, turn on and off your preview button so you can really see what's going on. Okay? I'm going to hit OK. Now I can turn on, this is just for my hair contrast, so I'm going to hit Command L. Now the hair is dark, so I'm going to start with my highlights as well. Here, any areas that sort of start off black, start with your highlights. So I'm going to bring that over. I'm not worried about what's happening to the shirt or anything else, I'm just worrying about the hair. And I want to have a little bit of, you know, white areas where I can add some color to the hair. We'll do something like that. Okay, and then once you're happy with that, turn that off, turn on your face. Command L. Command L on your face. So, I'll start with my midtones here. Bring in my whites. And what's going to happen is you're going to blow out some of the details on the face. And that's okay, because that's what we want. High contrast look. And if you get to a point where you're like, ooh, I really don't like this, I don't like how this looks, just hit cancel. Okay, and then just start over. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good, so hit OK. And now I'll turn off my face and turn back on my shirt, Command L. And you have to figure out for the shirt, it's a light gray, so where do you want to go with that shirt? Do you want it to be black, darker, you know? But then we won't be able to add too much color to it. So I'd get some white in there. So let's bring up the whites. And bring in some more black. There we go, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now you have all of your layers adjusted for whatever they should look like, okay? Now the next step is to reveal the areas that you want to reveal. So what we're going to do is work from the top down, okay? I turned on all my layers so I can see what's going on. And I'm going to be adding a mask. So I can click on this little icon here that adds a new mask, or I can go to layer mask, and just click on reveal all, and this adds a mask. Okay, so this whole mask is white, and what that means, it's revealing the layer that it's attached to and hiding all of the layers below it. So whatever I fill in black will reveal the layers below. Okay, so I'm going to click on my brush tool, and now a really cool thing that you can do with your brush tool is if you hold Control and Option down and click and drag with your mouse, you can change the diameter of the brush really easily. And if you go up and down, you can also change the hardness. Oops. So you can have a really soft edge brush or a harder edge brush, depending on what you want it to do. Okay, so that's pretty cool. We also know that the bracket keys can also increase and decrease the size. Okay, so I just want to reveal my hat layer. Okay, so the white is revealing the hat layer. So anything I fill in with black will be hidden from below, if that makes sense. Okay, or it's going to reveal below. Sorry. So I'm going to start to just color in with my black brush everything but the hat. Okay. And now you can see that reveals the layers below. Okay. So now my hair contrast layer, I'm going to do the same thing. I can click here, add a mask. I'm going to use, again, the black brush. I'm going to hide the hat. This is hair, so I'm filling in everything but the hair. Okay. Actually, I shouldn't have this colored in either. So we'll go back with white. Again, you can hit X on your keyboard to switch your colors. Okay. Hitting D on your keyboard will also restore this to your default colors. So if you want to make sure that they're black and white, just hit D. Okay. So what am I doing? White is over here. Okay, and switched back to black. I think I'm missing something in the neck here. Okay. Now I'll click on my face contrast, nope. Click on the add a mask. Now face. So I don't want to see my face, or I don't want to see the shirt. That's the last layer. So again with black, I'm going to reveal the shirt that I want to reveal. Okay. So then you want to make sure that everything looks the way you wanted it to look. Is that how you wanted your hair to look in your hat and all that good stuff? So I'm going to actually zoom in because I don't like what's happening here. So I'm going to go back up to I think I'll go here. I'm going to give myself again, if I hit Control Option, click, I'm going to make my brush smaller. I'm also going to increase the opacity, the hardness. Okay, so if I go in here, so I can get rid of some of this funkiness, but that might not be what I want to do actually. So I'm going to hit X. No, that is what I want to do. Okay, so reveal some more of this hair. As you don't want there to be like that white with that weird sort of glowing thing that's happening. But you do want to see the eyebrows the way they should look. Then you could do your eyebrows and your hair in separate layers if you want. I'm going to go back in because I liked sort of these highlights in here. And that's going to be the trick is figuring out what you need between each layer until it looks the way you want it to look. So you want things to sort of be nice and smooth, and I think that looks about right. And then you can see too what's included and what's not if you turn off the layers. Okay, so screen. Okay, so let's say I like that. All right. So once you're happy with this, hit File, Save As. Again, Save As, and you could add, pop art portrait or add contrast portrait, something. Make it a different name so you know the difference. This way, if you start working and you decide you don't like something, you can always go back to the way the original one looked. Okay, so this about does it for adding the color. Adding the high contrast to your layers, and in the next video I'll show you how to add color.